Hey, I'm Nikki Leonti and I'm really excited that you're here. I'm from Start Your Own Family Daycare, and today's video is really all about some elements that you need to think about when starting your own family daycare business. So it's kind of like the business side of things, so the marketing, the organization, and then setting boundaries. So they're the three topics I'm going to cover in this short little video. So the marketing element, if you've been following me for a while, I've often put out videos to help you fill your vacancies and kind of be seen as like a really cool brand. So that's what the key is, to be able to fill your vacancies. So the marketing element can be a bit tricky, but go and check out those videos because it's really important. So I talk about really defining who your audience is and then working out exactly what type of things they find really important, and highlight those elements in your promotion. So promoting through a Facebook page, a website, and also chatting in forums is a great way to do it. The second thing is looking at your organization. So if you're not organized, it's going to be really difficult, and you're going to find that you're constantly working, doing paperwork, getting things organized, and you never actually get there. So you want to set up some systems. I have a course called Sorting Your Systems, and it's going to be, well, by the time that you might be watching this, it's probably already out. But that is going to be helping you identify exactly what needs to be done annually, what needs to be done quarterly, what needs to be done monthly, what needs to be done weekly, and what needs to be done daily. So you can have this checklist and get that organized. So, and it's about setting up those systems so that you don't get really behind in paperwork. It's about kind of focusing in, knowing exactly what you need to get done, and then you're organized. So setting up that system. The third key really is setting boundaries. So you might have the unique opportunity that we're in is that we're dealing with people's children, we're dealing with their lives. So they tend to become friends, or at least we feel that they're friends. They say hi, we see them at the shops, they're all excited, the kids like come and hug us, and we do feel as though that they're part of our family. Which is great, but you still need to set those boundaries. You still need to make sure that families are aware that your invoices are due on the Friday, for example, that this is when your booked hours are, this is when your booked hours finish, this is the time that you're going to be coming and leaving. And it's important for them to know that you have a life outside of family daycare, so that they need to be picked up at that particular point, because this isn't what you do 24/7. So it's about setting those boundaries. But I always say to people when they're like, oh my gosh, they haven't paid for 5 weeks, or they keep coming late to pick up in the afternoons, I say to them, whatever you allow to happen is what they're going to keep doing. So if you are allowing that in the first instance, they're like testing the water. They're like a child. They're like testing, like, oh, is she going to say anything? And she didn't. Oh, it must be fine. That's fine. I'm just going to do that then. So then 5 minutes turns into 10 minutes late, turns into half hour late, turns into, I'll pick them up when I'm ready. And that's, you're allowing that to happen. You're saying, yeah, that's fine, by not doing anything about it. So the first, you want to kind of have a system in place that identifies when people, if they're paying late or arriving late or coming early to drop their child off. Now, your scheme might already have a policy in place, but if not, then you need to have your own policy. So what I suggest is the first time it happens, send a quick text message saying, look, this happened. These are the guidelines. I'm so glad that you're happy with my service, or whatever. Put it in a nice way. You want to do the sandwich strategy. So the sandwich strategy is start with something good, kind of put the little problem in the middle, and then end with something good. So you want to do that in your text message, right? If it happens again, you need to have that little chat, right? So you need to say, look, your invoice, you haven't paid this week. I do have to put a late fee on. I'm really sorry. I hate to do that. I love you guys, but that's just my policy, and I have to do what I do for one, I try to do for everyone. So this is what's going to happen. Or if they're dropping off early, say, look, I'm so glad that you're excited to be here. I've still got half an hour before I'm going to be ready. Happy if you just want to kind of wait in the car, if you want to head to the park for a bit, and then I'll be open at 8:30 or whenever. I know that's going to be really hard to do, but do it that time. Don't wait till it's happening every day, because by that point they're thinking, wow, you didn't have a problem with it last week or the last 5 weeks. So that is what you need to do. Setting boundaries is super important and one of the hardest things that we do because we're caring, nurturing type people. And, you know, it's hard to set boundaries. So the other thing, the third time it happens, it's a letter. It's like a formal letter saying, look, this is the conditions of our booking. You haven't paid your fees, or you're picking up too late, or whatever the situation is. You have one more chance, otherwise care will be terminated on this particular date, for example. It's got to be a formal letter. You've got to give them the letter in as many ways as you can, whether it's giving it to them in person. Sometimes they still don't read it. Sending it via email or sending it through Facebook, whatever. You got to give them that letter. Send them all different ways if you know that they're a bit unreliable, so that you know they're going to get it. Because if you don't do that, you're going to be coming to me and saying, hey Nikki, it's been 5 weeks, they still haven't paid, and I'm going to just tell you exactly what I just told you. So you need to have that system set up. If it's too late, like if it's already happening, if it's a constant thing, you need to talk to your scheme and ask them what their opinion is. If you've got a really dodgy scheme, there are some of them out there that don't give you any support. You need to have a chat with the family and just say, look, you know, I love taking care of your kids. You know, I really appreciate that you've picked me, but this is a situation, and as of tomorrow, it's no longer acceptable, and or as of today, really, it's no longer acceptable, and this is what we're going to do. If they're behind in their fees, like, this is the payment plan, this is the amount you're going to pay extra each week so that we can get you up to date. I don't want to keep adding more money onto your bill because it's going to make it harder for you to pay. And that's mean to them. You don't want to keep them in care because then they're racking up this big bill. And if they can't afford it, you're never going to get that money. I'm going to be honest to you. And so you may as well cancel care and get someone else who's actually going to pay, as hard as that is. This is a business and you do need to have your business hat on, click, when you're doing all this kind of stuff. So I really hope this has helped you. I'd love to hear your feedback. So leave a comment below of the most annoying thing that has happened to you and how you wish you had known how to deal with it. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you can get all of my latest videos sent straight to you. All right, I'll see you next time.